In this video, I'm going to be making Mexican beef and rice casserole. This is from Spaceships and Laser Beams, and so I will link this recipe below so you can go there and print it out. So you need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 white onion diced. You need 4 cloves of garlic minced. We use the already minced, which is going to be 4 teaspoons. You need 1 pound of ground beef. You need 15 ounces of corn kernels, and so it's one of these cans. This is 15.25, that's fine. And you want to drain the water off, but then you also want to rinse the corn. That's why I have it in here, because I rinsed it off with just cold water. This is the only thing that I'm doing different with this recipe is they want you to use black beans, drained and rinsed. I'm using dark red kidney beans, and I will drain them and I will rinse them just like I did that corn. You need 1 envelope of taco seasoning. I'm using the Old El Paso. You need 14 ounces of chunky salsa. I'm using the paste chunky salsa, the medium. This is a 16-ounce can or jar, so we'll use almost the whole jar. You need 1 cup of minute rice. So I am doing this different than the recipe too, because the recipe wants you to cook your rice in your casserole dish. I'm not. I'm going to use success rice, boil and bag, because I like it. So what it looks like, if you've never used it, this is my favorite kind of rice, besides like chicken rice-a-roni or something like that. But for white rice, this is perfect. You get 4 of these bags. They look like this. They have holes all through them. And so what you want to do is you want to put them in a put it in a pot of water, submerge it in a pot of water, and then you're going to bring this to a boil. Once it starts boiling, you're going to set a timer for, it says 8 to 10 minutes. I do that for 9 minutes. And then there's a little thing, I'm going to show you now. There's a little thing at the top. Let me get my fork out, because I'm going to show you. I won't be able to show you once it's boiling. There's a little thing here at the top, and you're going to pick it up like this over the sink, and that's how you're going to drain it. You're going to drain all the water off like this. So that makes it really easy to use. So besides that rice, we also need 1.5 cups of low sodium chicken broth. I'm using the Great Value Walmart brand. And you need 2 cups of shredded Mexican cheese. We're going to divide it in half, which I will do. You want to preheat your oven to 375, and you want to spray a 9 by 13 inch baking dish and then set it aside. So I'm going to move this out of the way. So in a good sized frying pan, you want to take your olive oil and your onion and your garlic, and you want to cook this until the onions have softened and until the garlic is just starting to turn brown. I'm going to take my onion and garlic and I'm going to put it in my prepared pan. And in this same pan that we just used, we're going to put our ground beef, and we're going to brown it. You do not want it to get crispy, but it does need to be cooked. And then if it forms a lot of grease, you'll want to drain off some of the grease. So I've drained the oil, the grease from my ground beef, and I'm going to put that in the pan. We're going to end up mixing all of our ingredients together in this pan. So now we want to add our corn, black beans, and taco seasoning. And they're using black beans. Remember, I switched the beans. I figure you should like the beans, so use whatever beans you want. And then the taco seasoning. And then we're gonna add our rice. And they're using uncooked rice, so you gotta remember that too. They're actually, if you use uncooked rice, then you'll have to make sure that it cooks. I would just rather use this and know that it's already cooked. Then you want to add half of your shredded cheese. We're going to save the rest for the top later. Okay, and we're going to use our salsa. We're going to use almost this whole jar. And then we want to stir this together. And honestly, if I did this again, I would not follow the directions. I would much rather do this in a bowl so that it's done properly. I feel like this is like, I don't know. I just don't feel like you can really get it all stirred together well in here. But I would rather dirty a bowl and then pour that whole bowl of stuff into the pan.
Especially with the taco seasoning.
I think they're trying to save you a pan, save you from getting dirty in a dish. I would rather dirty a dish. I would rather dirty a bowl and have it done properly, and it's not a big deal to wash a bowl. Okay, now we're going to take our broth and we're going to pour it over the top. And that's a lot of liquid. And now I'm going to cover this with Reynolds wrap. And once I cover it with Reynolds wrap, we are going to bake it. I won't do it on camera because it's going to be loud, but we're going to bake it for 35 minutes. Been in for 35 minutes, and I uncovered it off camera because the aluminum does not like it's really shiny and you can't see it anyway. So this looks good. And so what you want to do now is you want to take the rest of your cheese and you want to sprinkle it over the top. And then you want to bake this for an additional 5 minutes. This is how it looks after another 5 minutes once I put the cheese on to brown. And it could have stayed even longer. We are putting it in bowls just because I think it'll be easier to eat out of a bowl like this. But you could have put it on a plate, of course. So this smells, I can smell the taco seasoning, can you?
Yeah, you can really smell the taco.
Yes.
It almost smells like it has like jalapenos or peppers or something in it.
You would think it does. Now, I do have some banana peppers in the fridge if we decided we wanted to add some banana peppers, which, honestly, that sounds really good. If I had thought about it.
Sounds good to her, probably.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. I like banana peppers a lot.
I do too.
But this, it says you can store it in the refrigerator for up to 3 days or in the freezer for up to a month. So this could be one of those like meals you make ahead and you could go ahead and put it in the freezer and have it ready to just pull out and pop it in the oven, I guess. It says the calories aren't going to be right. It's 426 calories according to the way they did it, but they're using different beans. They use different rice and stuff like that.
You don't know what corn they're using or what rice they're using.
Exactly.
All kinds of cheese. So, the cheese alone can make a huge difference.
Oh, the cheese can make a big difference because if you decided to get the like 2% or whatever kind of cheese, you know? Okay.
It's very hot.
Heat hot.
Yeah, heat hot. There are some peppers in there. It's probably in that salsa, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yes, it would be in the paste. And I bought, that's another thing. I bought the paste salsa, although all salsa is really, really low in calorie. I bought medium though. If you want to do mild, if you want to do hot, you could change it up that way. I really like this.
It does have a little bit of heat to it. Spice.
No, you're right though. The main flavor that I am getting is that paste salsa. And honestly, you could just go ahead and use the whole jar.
Yeah, it won't make any difference.
Yeah, it's not going to make any difference. You use the whole jar. I don't know what difference the chicken stock added, but it must have added something. I don't taste it. I don't taste chicken.
Well, we were thinking, by the way, we got some Tostitos chips. They taste really good with those.
Oh.
I'm thinking once we dumped it in there, I'm thinking, I wonder if that was, if you use a different kind of rice, like the minute rice.
Where you have to cook it.
Where you have to cook it.
So they're wanting you to have water.
Yeah.
A water with your rice.
Because they're wanting you to put like uncooked minute rice in here and let it cook in the oven. And I'm wondering if that's why you put all that chicken. Because you probably could have cut that chicken stock in half if you wanted to. Although it didn't make it watery or anything. It's not liquidy.
No,
There's
it's not
water on the bottom at all.
There's not. But I'm thinking with the rice we used, we probably didn't have to use it at all. Is what I'm thinking. You wouldn't have had, I don't think you needed the chicken stock at all.
Let's go with those Tostitos. It's almost like a nacho dip or something, except it's not as cheesy.
Now I am getting some heat, but it's from that medium salsa.
Yeah.
It's from the taco seasoning. This is a hearty meal.
It is. I mean,
this is our kind of food though. We like hearty food, stick to your ribs type food. It's heavy, but I really like this a lot. I think it turned out very well. I'm pleased with it.
Yeah, and again, you could use any kind of beans you want.
Yes, I'm happy with the beans I chose.
But you could have used pinto beans. If you like black beans, you could use black beans, whatever.
Yeah, I'd say most people will use black beans. But I would eat this again in a minute.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard to make.
And I would eat it with the Tostitos. I like the Tostitos, and so yes, it's adding to it, and you don't need it at all. But I like the salt, and I like the additional crunch of it.
And it has a corn flavor.
Yes.
More corn flavor.
Yeah, so I think that adds a lot to this. But I think this is an easy dish and would feed a lot of people.
It would.
That lasagna pan is heavy. It is really heavy. So it is a lot of food. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I will have that link down below if you're interested in printing this out and making it for yourself. And thanks for watching.